obviously you monitor your accuracy, but is there anything in particular that you may have done growing up to really monitor like your ball placement and make sure you're putting the ball in position where guys can run after the catch?
Yeah, I would say working out with my dad, that was imperative. Just everything I had to do had to be to his liking. So if the ball placement, wasn't where it should have been, then we do it again and we do it until we get it right. And that goes with footwork, just all of that.
So how is your finger feeling at this point?
My finger's good. Still times where I hit a helmet or, hit someone's hand or arm and, I'll feel it a little. But other than that, it's good.
No more like discomfort in gripping the ball or anything?
No.
How about your ribs?
My ribs are doing good too. I don't really think about it as much anymore too.
So much like Christian Wilkins trying to fire spitballs at you, there's been a lot of distractions potentially.
Yeah.
That could have distracted you this year, but you've pressed on through them lately. The trade talks, the injuries. What is it about your mental makeup that you are able to set things aside and just focus?
Well, I think, for me, the most important thing was the guys in the locker room. It wasn't really the outside noise, what was going on around, the building. But yeah, other than that, right, you're distracting us. I don't even know what the question was.
About dealing with distractions.
Yeah. Just can't worry about them.
I guess this also shows how much fun you guys are having now, and it's a bit more loose, not as much to worry about. I mean, obviously the next opponent, but now that there's actually something to play for this season as opposed to just getting a win, how is everything feeling? What's the difference there?
Yeah, like I said before, I think our guys are trying. Well, we're still trying to find our rhythm. Playing complementary football in all three phases of the game. And then I would also say, we're really close as a team. I haven't done, a lot of things off the field with many of my past teammates than, I have, this year with guys. And so, I would say we're really close. It's really like a family, for sure.
Working on the waddle.
The what?
The waddle. Have you done it yet?
That?
The Jalen Waddle dance.
The little bird thing? What? I've never seen that or heard of that before. I didn't know what that was. I thought it was a bird dance. So maybe that's the new dance for everyone.
I know, of course, winning helps, but are you feeling like you're in a very good place mentally with as well as you're playing? You're healthy at the moment, thank God. Team winning. Is this as good as you felt coming into work in a long time?
It always feels good winning, but the thing we can't do as a team is be satisfied with the win, the previous week. That's the game of football that we play. Is you enjoy it for that day, that night, come into work, learn from your mistakes, and you're really moving forward from it. And I would say if you can't do that, it's hard for you to stack together good days and really get a win at the end of the day, or at the end of the week for your team. So.
A few minutes ago, Daniel asked you about ball placement and about how you developed that skill as a youngster. What are some of the keys that you try to keep in mind relative to where you'd exactly like the ball to be on various passes?
Well, it's always dependent. If it's man, you never want to put it behind them. You never want to put it on them. You always want to lead them in zone. You're really just trying to beat the defensive guys, in spots when you're throwing it. So a lot of it has to do with timing. But really, the receivers, in zone and in man are, I feel like they're our eyes as quarterbacks because they're running to a spot where they want us to throw the ball. You know, it gets hard when you're looking in the front, trying to see who's in the front of them, and then trying to look back at them, and then trying to make the throw. You know, sometimes you just never have enough time to do that. So you're really trusting them.
On one of Durham's quarterback sneaks that he did in the game, I noticed you had either your mic call or you were pointing out some of the defense. You held it there for a while. How would you grade your acting performance on that?
Yeah, and Oscar. I mean, who do I talk to? You know?
Tua, how nice was it to have Devontae Parker back out there?
It's good to have DP back out there. You know, he's looked pretty good in practice today. You know, to me, it didn't look like he was limited in any of the reps, so that's very encouraging to see.
So we talked to Charlie about your pocket presence, and he mentioned some of it was taught, some of it's innate. Curious how you balance maybe feeling the pressure without looking down and getting flustered.
Yeah, I mean, there's times where, you know, I still look down at the rush, which, you know, isn't good. But, you know, I for myself, I just try to maneuver my way to find guys because, you know, I'm not the tallest quarterback. And we got big guys, and trying to see through them and behind them gets hard. So I just try to do my best to step up and maneuver my way so I can see throwing lane, you know, and get our guys the ball.
How do you feel about the SEC championship game and going up against Ann Nolan's #1 Georgia Bulldogs?
Yeah. I know it's going to be a tough game, but a Roll Tide forever, Roll Tide till I die. Alumni. I can't remember the last time Georgia beat us, though. I mean, yeah, Roll Tide. So, Roll Tide. And you get. That was the last question. That was a great question. Thank you, guys.